All right, moving on to Brandon Miller. Classic on-the-ball player learning how to play off the ball, right? This is a guy who's used to having the ball in his hands. 5 for 5 on pull-up jump shots in preseason. 2 for 4 on floaters. He actually has like a really nice push shot. He had this play attacking a closeout where he did like a wild left-to-right Euro step into a push shot in the lane. Like that floater to me is a real weapon, especially at his size, and you could just tell he has really good touch on it. But he's just 1 for 11 on catch and shoot jump shots. And again, we were talking about this earlier with Scoot, but a lot of players, young players in particular, will have a different rhythm for their pull-up jump shot and for their catch-and-shoot jump shot. And it's funny because over time, all basketball players kind of morph into one form that they trust in those situations, right? Like I was talking about this with Steph in his game winner, but a lot of times, like you'll see that like if you freeze frame a pull-up jump shot or a movement jump shot right at the point of release, a lot of times if you just look at the end of the shot, it ends up looking just like their catch and shoot, because what they're doing is they're actually using their handle and their footwork to get to a spot where they can rise up and take like a standard jump shot that they're used to taking. That's like the next level of shot making off of jump shots in the NBA, is like figuring out how to make it so that you have the same release regardless of shot type. But again, like it'll get there. Like the fluidity is there. That's why he's making all the pull-up jump shots. He's so used to operating from dribble combination into footwork into jump shot. That's something he's been doing his whole life, and he's already great at that. And so when he gets to the point where he has like a muscle memory that he trusts, taking the end of his release from his pull-up jump shot and basically turning it into a quick dip and lift catch and shoot jump shot, he's going to be super reliable there as well. And the fluidity just demonstrates his upside as a scorer. He's done a really nice job in preseason of setting up his man for screens. And again, that's like getting your man caught on the screen is half the battle. And the only way you're going to do that, especially against good perimeter defenders, is by getting them to lean one way away from the screen to start. You got to hit him with some sort of in and out or dribble move away from the screen to get them to lean that side so that you can actually get them into trail position so that you can get downhill. And that's something Brandon's already good at. He's at 1.23 points per possession in pick and roll in preseason, including passes. Making the swing pass against Nail help. Again, we talked about that with Scoot. Like a lot of these, all of these rookies that I've been watching, I've just watched a lot of footage of preseason basketball, and like it's kind of crazy how many teams are just really aggressively helping at the nail. And again, what that means for those of you guys who don't realize what I'm saying is, like, if the ball handler's on the left wing and the screener comes up to set the screen, but you have a shooter on the right wing, if his defender basically sinks down to the elbow, he's going to be in a position where he can shut down that action. And so you have to make that swing pass and show a willingness to consistently knock down that shot. Otherwise, they're going to be able to defend your actions 3-on-2. And your job as the pick and roll ball handler there is to make that read. And that's a read that Brandon's been making in preseason. He's shown a little bit of potential on defense with back pressure in pick and roll. It's been a mixed bag. Obviously, he's a rookie. But he's had a couple possessions where he's legitimately bothered guys from behind because he's got that length. And again, like, that's the upside. Like, I think Brandon Miller's going to struggle a lot as a rookie because he's learning how to play off the ball more. He's on a team that already has guys like Terry Rozier and LaMelo Ball that have the ball in their hands a lot. This is a team that probably is going to try to win a little bit more this year, right? So, like, he's going to have to earn his minutes through winning impact. But long term, Brandon Miller has the upside to be like Paul George, a fluid scoring wing that can be a top tier defensive player on the other end of the floor, right? And so that's why I liked the pick of him at number 2. Obviously, giving yourself the long term upside with the timeline that you're on, I thought it made sense.